Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Streams for another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Halo 3 ODST. Halo 3 ODST is a spin-off game to Halo 3 which came out in 2007. Watch my other video on that if you didn't already. Halo 3 ODST came out in 2009 and is set in between the events of Halo 2 and Halo 3. And in this video, I'm going to show you why Halo 3 ODST is criminally underrated. That brings us to Part 1. Part 1 is Halo 3's ODST's campaign. The Halo 3 ODST campaign is nothing like we've ever seen before. You're not a Spartan or a super soldier with enhanced strength or anything like that. You're just a guy fighting to survive. Let's explain what the campaign is for you guys. You're an orbital drop shock trooper of the UNSC who is a rookie on his team and is awoken to go to New Mombasa and fight the Covenant. I think they did this character really well because he does not speak a single time throughout the campaign, which makes you feel like the character and makes you feel even more immersed in the game. You're trying to find your crew as you drop from the ship and you get lost on the impact. Throughout the campaign, you are constantly switching between you and your squad mates' POVs as you find more clues as to what happened while you were unconscious in your pod. I'm not gonna lie, they executed this perfectly so that it doesn't feel jarring when you're switching between characters, because when you find a clue to what happened, you literally see it and experience it through your squad's eyes, which makes the game a lot more interesting. Towards the end of the game, the clues and events line up perfectly to where you and your squad mates find each other and eventually escape the city of New Mombasa. As you go through the streets of the city and find audio logs which tell you what was going on from a civilian's point of view when the Covenant attacked the city, which is very cool in my opinion. The last part of the campaign I want to talk about is the music. This campaign has one of the best soundtracks any video game I've ever heard. It fits so well, walking through the city as it rains in the streets and you hear jazz music in the background. It's such an amazing experience. The atmosphere of this game was top tier. This game is only like $5 on Steam, just letting you know, so go check it out. And yes, the campaign sounds pretty awesome, but there's a new game mode that came out with this game which leads us to part 2 of the video. Part 2 is Firefight. Firefight is a new game mode we haven't heard about in the Halo franchise before. Firefight is a wave-based game mode where you kill all the enemies in sight as reinforcements continuously spawn in. I think they were trying to make a competitor to Call of Duty Zombies. I'm not gonna lie though, this game mode was really fun. It was a new and very replayable game mode. Me and my friend Will would always try to survive for as long as we could on Firefight. That's what made it so fun, trying to survive as long as you could with your friends. That's what made this game mode so memorable. Also, as you beat sets and waves, more skulls activate, making this challenge even more fun and difficult to try and survive on. Part 2.5. I call this Part 2.5 because the game didn't have an actual PvP game mode, so the game shipped with 2 discs. One was the campaign and Firefight, the other was a copy of Halo 3's multiplayer, called Halo 3 Mythic. If you already had Halo 3, you probably would have been a little mad paying for half a game you already had, but if you didn't, then I would argue that $60 is a good deal for ODST, because it comes with, technically, 1.5 games. Well, it's time to wrap up this video. I know this video is shorter than the rest, but Halo 3 ODST doesn't have the same amount of new content as other Halo games, but it's still a very enjoyable game to play to this day, especially the campaign. So you guys should go check it out on Steam. It's only like $5 by itself. See you next time on Dragon Streams.